So in this last video, I'm going to give you a tool that you can use, and hopefully this will help you feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more in your body. But I just want to actually share something now that's just come up. Again, we're keeping it real. So I just shared the first video I shared about my dad's philosophy about death. And I've just gone into a whole thing of, oh my God, what if that upset somebody? And oh God, what have I said? And I shouldn't have said that. And oh God. So what I want to say is I don't want to come across I'm making fun of death, because I have sat with my own mother and I've done a cancer journey with her. I've sat with my own partner close at times. I have trained in soul midwifery, and I've sat with people at the end of life as well in that situation. So I don't want to make fun out of that, because it is serious when you are on that journey. But what I want to say is that I live my life through the lens of death. That every day, one thing I do say to myself is, this day will never come again. And we always get a choice to make this a shitty day or to make it fucking amazing. So I just want to share that, and just a bit of dysregulation I've just gone through, that I might have shared something that came across insensitive, because that is certainly not true. However, I do live my life through the lens of death. Death is a great teacher. In fact, death has been my greatest teacher, witnessing death and witnessing the journey and what it takes and everything that happens to a person as they're going through that journey. So yeah, keeping that real. I've got so much to share, like literally I could go on all day. I'm doing like I say, I'm in therapy. I'm going to just say something else about that. I've been in therapy. I have therapy for my own, as a self-responsibility, to make sure that I am regulating myself and I am doing my own work, because I do not do this work leapfrogging over my own stuff, I can tell you that. And that is quite a big wound, I think, in the wellness industry. And over the videos I'm going to go along, I'm going to share a little bit more about the code, the key, whatever it is that I have discovered through my own therapy journey, through my own life, and all of that, of what is helping me. As I say, I've not got it figured out yet, but is helping me come back to that place of Svasta, to be situated in who I am, no matter what anyone says, no matter what anybody, how people criticise me or judge me or troll me or whatever they do. I am situated in the centre of who I am, and that is really all about, it is just truth from my heart to your heart. And if you know me and you've sat in space with me, you will know that I have got a big heart, and I love love. So I'm going to take you through a gentle grounding, which I believe is one of the most important things. So if you want to get yourself comfy wherever you are, and like I say, as I go along, I think we'll, I'll do a little bit of insight stuff that that I learned. I love to live through the tantric lens, and tantra is not all about sex. In fact, actually, it's far from it. It's a little bit like saying that yoga postures are all there is to yoga, because it's a tiny fraction of a part of what yoga actually is. So in Tantra, the tantric path is actually the path of paradox. It is also it's also that life is the practice. we can't transcend life. We can't transcend what I like to call the muggle world, because we live in a body. So as much as we try to be all up in the stars and off with the fairies, however you want to call it, whatever my mum used to say, you're off with the fairies, whatever, we can't get away from the fact that we live in a physical body. And that's what embodiment is for me, that life will life us all the time. And it is how we stay true to our centre, how we stay true to ourselves, and how we come back to that centre when we are dysregulated, discombobulated, when our spice is gone very spicy and we need to get back into our body. So I'm going to share this with you, and it's just a gentle embodiment tool. Again, I'm not pushing or forcing anything. It's just going to be nice and slow, steady. Okay, so one of the great ways, and this is again from the tantric lens, to be present in this moment. Like I said, this day will never come again. We only ever have this moment, actually, this breath, this moment. So the breath is a beautiful way to bring us back into presence. And one of the regulating breaths that I've been working with a lot just lately is the 4 count in breath and the 6 count out breath, which I shared the other day. So we're going to do a bit of that, and then I'm going to share a little bit about movement, and how movement, gentle movement, can really help to regulate your system. So I'm going to make this simple. I'm not going to use mudras today. I'm just going to invite you just to put your hands palms down on your knees, because when we're palms down, this is grounding. So we live in a very dysregulated world. We live in sympathetic pretty much all the time. And so when we start to slow the breath down, regulate the breath, it helps us to come back into this state of ventral, which my teacher that I'm working with at the moment calls the sunbathing elephant. So we've got sympathetic cheetah in action, dorsal bear in hibernation, and ventral sunbathing elephant. So we're going to take the palms down. I'm going to just invite you to hunch your shoulders and drop them. So just give them a little bit of a wiggle. Let your body shake a little bit as well. So you might just want to shake your hands out a little bit and just bring your palms down on your knees. And then we're going to close our eyes. When our eyes are open, we're thinking, and when our eyes are closed, we're feeling. So we're going to close down the eyes. And I'm just going to invite you to either gently move forwards and backwards like rocking, or side to side, or if it feels more again like your body wants to move in circle, then you can move in circle. So just again, what I want to get us away from is trying to figure it out here. What I want us to do is feel it. This is embodiment, that's what it is. So we want to embody. Now, somatic means, again, it's another buzzword that we're hearing all the time. Somatic means off the body, and that's what we're doing here. So you can either just gently find a gentle sway, a gentle rock, or a gentle circle. And again, if you don't want to do any of that, you don't have to do it either. So just do whatever feels good in your body, that's all. And then as you do that, I want you just to bring your awareness to the bottom of your body, so the base of your body, the bits that are in contact with the floor or the chair. And then I want you just to imagine that underneath you, well, I'm not imagining it because it is real, that there is earth, there is ground. Now we've got a house, we've got a floor, we've got foundations, and we've got earth. So we're going to imagine or feel that through these movements, we're starting to ground our energy down through the floor, down through the foundations, into the softness of the ground beneath. And just imagine that your energy can span all the way down to the very heart of earth. So you might imagine that or feel it as a spiral. You might feel it like a life thread. You might feel it like spreading roots. But however you feel it is right for you. Not because I say so, but because you feel it. So I'm going to imagine that and just feel into it. Keep rocking, swaying, circling, whatever feels good for you. And again, just you will go into head. That is just so normal, especially if you're neurospicy. You will go off in your head. But I just want you to, every time you notice you are going into your head, just bring the awareness back down to the gentle movement and the feeling of your connection to the floor of the chair. Now I'm going to add in a very short breath practice here. So you might want to come to stillness for this, or you might want to keep moving. So we're going to bring awareness to our breathing. You might want to bring a hand on your belly. And we're going to breathe in through your nose for a count of 4 slow breaths, 4 slow counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Top of the in breath. And then as you breathe out, we're going to breathe out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to breathe in for 4. And then out for 6. Then we're going to breathe in for 4. And we're going to breathe out for 6. And then on the last breath, I want you to breathe in for 4. And then I want you to bring a low hum vibration in as you breathe out. It's called Brahmari, this humming bee breath. So breathe in for 4. And then hum low. And then allow your breath to be natural. Notice, feel. Now I'm not looking for, I am completely in sunbathing elephant. I'm looking for maybe a fractional feeling sense of feeling a bit more in my body. And then gently deepening your breath. And allowing your awareness to gently bubble up to the surface. We can just very, very gently open our eyes. Now as you open your eyes, I want you just to look around your room. This is called orienting. And I want you to take in 3 to 5 things that you can see. This is a very, very deep and ancient tool that helps us to feel safe. So the nervous system is millions of years old, and it has kept you alive. It has kept our race alive. And it's not just going to give up protecting you in 3 seconds, I can tell you that. So as we come back into the space, I'm going to finish today. I'm going to shut up, and tomorrow I'm off to the coast for a couple of days just to regulate myself again. And then I'll be back a bit later in the week with a little bit more. So I want to close this because I think it's on theme with something that hit for me. And it comes from the Buddha. And the Buddha says, the trouble is we think we have time. So I want to leave you with that, and that inspiration from my dad, if that helps in any way, that to live through the lens of death and to be able to be okay with it, then this is, I believe, one of the keys to our freedom. So I'm sending you all my love, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope that anything here might have resonated for you and helped you feel a little bit better about yourself and about who you are, and to know that you are always enough. You've always been enough. There is just a pattern that's running underneath that that is really connected to your nervous system, and I'm going to share a little bit more of that a bit later in the week. So I'm sending you loads of love, and yeah, have a beautiful day. Over and out. See you soon.